G'day everyone, this is Jill, also known as GeniAus from the land down under. Today I've caught a really big fish in Josh Taylor to have a quick chat in the video room. I've got a friend of mine from down under as well with me, Pauleen who's a junior blogger. We happen to be official bloggers for our national conference that's happening next month, and so we thought it would be really nice to have a chat with Josh prior to that. So thank you, Josh. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I am a full-blooded genealogist. I started doing family history when I was 10 with my grandmother, and I got hooked from there on. And so I have worked at various organizations. I currently work for Findmypast, where I'm the director of family history, where I get to spread the message about how amazing family history is to the world.
Josh, what do you think family history has given to you over the years?
You know, to me, it's a continual source of inspiration for all sorts of things. You know, family history, not only has it given me sort of a hobby and a profession, but it also gives me a reason. I get up every morning because I can't wait to sort of look back into the past.
That's the great thing about it,
yeah,
isn't it?
It's incredible. You never know what you're going to find.
And have you found anything really unusual in your family history?
Well, I discovered I have an Australian connection. Actually, I have more than one Australian connection. I have a distant relative who was a circus performer, and he owned a circus company in Australia.
Oh, what was it?
It was the Wilson and Kingsley Circus, and he had two twin daughters who died, who were buried in Australia, so I've been to their grave. And then I also discovered just a few weeks ago, actually, that I have an ancestor who was transported for stealing cheese to Australia and lived out his life there.
So do you realise that you're now part of Australian royalty?
That's what I've been told.
That's our term. Anyone who has a convict ancestor has Australian royalty. I'm royalty 11 times over.
I'm not royalty at all.
No.
Now, Josh, I know you're coming down under very soon.
Yes, yes.
And I've heard you speak before at Parramatta. Where are you going to be speaking, and what are you going to be telling them?
So I'm going to be speaking at the Australian Congress, the big national conference, and I'm really going to be talking about sort of how family history has changed and what it might look like in the future. You know, where are we moving, not only from a technology standpoint, but as a whole, you know, family history is becoming much more, you know, mass market friendly. There's so many new tools you can use. So we'll be talking about some of the exciting new things that are coming, and also celebrating a bit that family history is on the up and up.
You know, it's quite interesting to look at Rootstech and then compare it to Congress, which I've been to a few times, and it's a bit bedazzling, but we have a much smaller population. So do you think people still get a lot of benefit from a conference of any sort, whatever size it is?
You know, absolutely. People can benefit from a conference. I mean, I learn so much every single conference I attend. You know, you pick up new ideas, you learn things that you might have discovered a while and then forgot. It's sort of somewhat filtered. But you also meet other genealogists. You meet people who might be able to solve your questions, or at the very least give you some advice. And it's great to be in sort of the spirit of a community at a conference.
It was so exciting, this conference. I met so many online mates that I hadn't met before, even some from Australia, so that was a real benefit. Now tell me, when you come down under, are you coming, which hat are you wearing? You wear so many hats. The president of FGS, Family Search.
I will be wearing the Findmypast hat when I come.
Hat.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, absolutely.
Findmypast is very popular, I think, at the moment with all its fantastic releases of Irish records, because we have so many Irish, and it's just been a wonderful resource.
Yeah, we actually, at Rootstech this week, I mean, we released a record set every hour yesterday, and we have, every Friday, we have new records coming out with Findmypast Fridays, so it's...
Yeah, so thank you, our
growing.
Fridays are shop.
Friday, Saturday,
My favourite is the British Newspaper Archive.
Yes.
It's a wonderful record set.
Yeah, and an incredible collection, and we just reached 10 million pages.
And the amazing thing is that they can be used beyond just direct family history to do one-place studies or one-name studies. So I think that, you know, we need to expand how we view any record set from any of the key agencies.
Yes.
It's got those opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, every record tells a story beyond a name, and that's what I love about something like the newspapers, is you get a lot of those stories.
The meat on the bones.
Yes.
Yeah, the flesh on the skeleton, I've just lost for words. Pauline's going to ask me something.
at some point we'd like to know how anyone can get in touch with you online. What's your Twitter tag?
So you can always tweet me at @DJoshuaTaylor, or you can @Findmypast, and they can get a hold of me. And then if my website is just djoshuataylor.com if you want to.
And that's how I contacted you. It was wonderful, and thanks for getting back so quickly.
You're
good.
welcome.
Is there anything you'd like to tell the people in Australia about your talks to entice them?
Yes, encourage them.
Cheese
trails.
Don't want to reveal too much. Now I can't tell the cheese story because it's already out there. But really, I'll be sharing some new things that Findmypast is working on. So you can come and see some of the new technologies and possibly some new record sets. But also, I'm really excited to share sort of what family history could be in the next year or so.
That's exciting. But there's such a challenge for what family history could be. So many of our co-enthusiasts seem to be a little bit rooted in the past as far as moving forward goes.
Yes.
What suggestions do you have for encouraging them to embrace the present and the future?
It's a great question. It's something I know we all struggle with. I sort of am in the middle of both worlds. I absolutely, you have to respect citations and proper methodologies. At the same time, family history should start with a story. It should be fun. It should be exciting. I know that usually at the heart of those who are very deeply rooted in their proper methods, there is that first sort of spark of discovery. The time they first looked at a census or first looked at a newspaper article. And I think that we have to go back to inspiring that. What is that spark? And that's the best thing. And it's a different thing for everyone. So it takes some patience.
Yeah.
But it is about the spark.
Well, I'm hoping that you'll be the spark. The spark down under in March. So, Josh, you have had a huge conference, or two conferences, all rolled into one. Thank you so much for taking time to speak with Pauleen and I.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.